And then, since I'm friends with him on Facebook, he tunes pianos, and I think you can add to his list of skills a pest exterminator. Because he found, what was it, 2 or 3 mice inside the piano that he was tuning just yesterday.
He doesn't like that.
So, let's see. Did somebody do me a favor, that phone there?
I did it.
Oh, you did it? Okay,
It's on.
thank you. All right. Well, this is a real joy for me. Since I run ambassadors, I get to do what I want to. So, within reason. So, I got this idea from a YouTube video where Jack Benny, who a lot of you old-timers know, played second violin, and Isaac Stern played first violin. And so, Joseph will be playing the first violin, and I'll be playing the second violin. And we're going to play the first movement of Bach, the Double Violin Concerto in D minor. None of that fancy schmaltzy stuff that he played in the gym. This is the true Baroque music.
Let me see if this good.
Sounds like I can play.
Oh, it's not hooked. That's fine. Here you go. Thank you, Lord. Now it's working. I was doing 5 pages of We Three Kings. That's for a violin, and it's just all notes and different keys from E major. For those who plays music knows what I'm saying. E major to A flat, 6 flat, 7 flat. I'm just moving, doing it. So I have this pedal. I was doing it in the middle of playing at Pleasant Valley, way north, and it was first time for me. So I turned 2 pages accidentally, and I freaked out in the middle and just figured it out. And I told my wife, I said, "Did you see?" She said, "What?" I freaked out. I said, "That's fine. It's just me." So I gotta see it.
We want the mic pointed at you. You're the star.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not a star. Jesus is a star. I'm not a star.
All right.
He said he made it a little bit too fast. Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, you can hear him. He said he made it too fast a little bit. It's all good. So, my name is Faris Joseph Toma. I'm originally from Iraq, born in Baghdad. I'm not, my background is mixed. Family, some of them from Israel, my grandma from Israel, Helena Isaiah. She lived during the war, 48, war with her husband to north of Iraq, and then married the next husband. First one died in Israel, and then married Toma. I'm not related to George Toma, I wish. So she has probably 15 uncles and aunts, I can't count them. I have just girls, first cousin 53, just girls. I wouldn't know how to recognize it. It's very hard to remember. So anyway, and my dad born in Nineveh, North Iraq. You know that's in the Bible. As I understood, she was from the Jewish background, and then I think the Jews got the threat in the north of Iraq and south of Turkey. So they changed their religion to Christian, and she changed her last name. As I understood, I can be wrong, but that's what I heard from a couple of people. So we tried to find out the root, our root. They call us from House of the Priest in Bethlehem. My dad is named Joseph. He's an artist as well. My family, my dad and my mom, also my mom is an actress. And in my family, a lot of musicians we have. So this is in my blood. And we have a lot of pastors as well. So music and pastors in our family we have. And I have two brothers who are here. One in San Diego. He's just going to finish his master's degree in theology, and he's going to be a pastor for Arabic Church. I just started to become a pastor for Arabic Church Bible study here in Kansas City to establish planting a church, basically, reaching Muslims and Jews for Christ. My journey started when I was a teenager in my home in Baghdad. I started to my grandma, Helena, and I talked to her about Jesus. And then I said, Nana, can you tell me about Jesus? She said, oh, son, I'll tell you. When we were in Bethlehem, the rabbis, and then they opened the box, and then they read from the Torah, and then they tell us what's the next year, what's going to happen, and then they read Psalms, and then we bless each other or leave, basically. So I got interested to read about this God named Jesus. And then I started reading when I was a teenager, and then I got pulled to this person, so powerful through his word, and then it just got deeper, deeper in me. That was like in 1979, maybe something like that, and something like that. So I don't remember exactly. Anyway, so and then during the war with Iran, my dad said, "So we need to encourage you to do music, since you like to play music. So why don't you go to the Fine Arts Institute to finish classic music?" So I went to the school, Fine Arts Institute in Baghdad, and I graduated in 1989. And then I tried to come to the United States. I have one uncle, William. He was living in Minnesota. I tried to apply to the music, to finish my music degree in Minnesota, but Saddam went to invade Kuwait. It was the biggest struggle for me to handle that, and I was devastated because we just ended the war with Iran, and he just started another war, and we just like, you know, how it feels. Like I said, 8 years here, over 1 million people died, and then he started another one. I said, this guy is never gonna end. It's just over and over. So anyway, so my dad, he said, maybe not just, as they said to us on the radio, that's Kuwaitis, they're looking for help from the Iraqi neighbors, government, to support the new government to, you know, to establish a new Kuwait. That's what we heard in the story, in the radio. And he said, maybe, my dad said, maybe just 3 hours will be done. 3 hours ended 4 hours, not like no end, it didn't end. And then, so I went to a desert storm, became a soldier there in the north of Iraq. And it was, I can't tell you, it was hard, very hard. And like whatever I say, it doesn't explain the feeling in that moment as a musician to go during the war, carry guns and to go shoot people. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I kept praying to God, and I said, I need your help. I need your help, Lord. And help me to survive this war. I don't want to go shoot anybody. I don't want to carry a gun. I don't want to do this. I'm a musician. I'm an artist. Very soft-hearted. So anyway, when I was in the service there in the north of Iraq, close to Syria there, where it was the Yazidis got killed. A lot of Yazidis, they believe in Satan. That area I was serving, it was a new soldier there. So they kept us, I remember, 3 days no food. And so everybody's hungry. I said, I gotta do something. And they moved us to schools just to hide from the satellite era, from satellite, and then to not capture us as a military. So then I said, I need to go find food for me and my friends. So I sneaked out to go to the village close to us, walk a couple miles. We got the head of the tribe, so when I asked him for food, he helped us, and we moved back. So when I'm moving back, the general saw me. And he said, oh, you're the one, the musician. I said, oh no. And he said, what's all you doing here? And I said, sir, we are hungry. We didn't eat for 3 days. And this is food. Okay. We're going to come back to me and then I'll put you in jail. I said, that's fine. No problem. There's no choice. Then, so I get back. So he let us roll in the mud. That town was a cloud black from the oil from Kuwait. It's coming over all Iraq. It's all black. And rain, black on us, just like. And I'm standing like this, and all soldiers, and I see the food in front of me. I put it with the soldiers, and the soldiers, they took it away. Everybody's hungry, they want to eat. And then, so me my friend and I, just both of us, we were standing because both of us, we went to look for food. So he heard us, the general, he said, okay, roll on the ground, on the mud, put some stone in your shoes, wear your shoes opposite, run around the school 3-4 times, and then there's an American shooting also. So all that, it's like chaos. But my heart just holding on Jesus. Just like, please Lord, don't let me die. I need to survive. And then, so, it took a while, for 6 months. So I ran away maybe 7 times, away from military. So the first time when I ran away, so I was, funny, I kept my ID, fine artist dude, kept it with me. And I had, I had that long hair, not like now. And so, when I left the military, I tried to run away from military and went to Baghdad, from north to south, about 6 hours, the drive. So, I walked, I don't know how many miles, a lot of miles, it looked like 30 miles, but I could be wrong. But kept walking forever and sneaking between valleys and mountains, just to not let the police, military police, to not catch me, because soon they catch me, they shoot me, they're done. So I see them, avoid them, whatever, and just try to sneak out, just to go back home. So anyway, I changed my clothes. I put the regular clothes and washed my face. I asked some people in the villages in the way to home, and I said, can you help me with water, please? And they said, yes. Did that, got to the city, got to the bus, sit in the bus, sit in the front. So there were 6 checkpoints from Nineveh to Baghdad. Every couple miles, they stop, they check our IDs. Your ID, your. So we raise it and show it to them. If somebody running away from the military, they put them in the jail or take them, hit them, whatever. So human, we nothing there. So anyway, so every time somebody come out, police soldiers, they see my ID, they give me a salute like this. I have no idea what's going on. This is funny, seriously. And the guy beside me is scared to death for me to just know this. And then my ID was red. So fine artist says fine artist student, basically, student. So, but I took it because I'm trying to survive, trying to run away from them. So I keep showing them. He just see it from far away. He doesn't even close. He doesn't read it at all. And then every checkpoint, they do that to me. Just like, and then it just goes. Why these people keeping us looking? What's going on? And the guy beside me, he said, "You're one of them." I said, "What do you mean you're one of them?" He said, "I saw your ID. It's red." I said, "What does that mean?" He said, "You are police, military police. Their ID is red." I said, "No, I'm a musician. Look, you fooled them." And then it was funny how God worked out for me. I survived with that. And I got home, my dad said, his eyes like, "How did you do it?" I said, "I don't know. Ask him. They're gonna kill you. They're gonna shoot you. You should not do that. You should not run away." I said, "It's okay. I'll go give some money here and there. I'll work and go recording, get some money and give it to them, part of it. And then we'll be fine." So I get back. That was the first day when America attacked Baghdad. We are all, my sister, my brothers, we have 5 brothers and 1 girl. So it's laying down, sleeping. It was in March 17, and then windows open, like all, and watching the sky, and I see the airplane, and then Iraqi military, they send the missile, and hit the heads of the troop. It was Israeli women, and then they started about Israel after they captured the general, whoever that person. That was the first start.
And after that, it was a nightmare. No electricity, no food, nothing at all. I want to go back to my battalion, they can't, even police, they didn't capture me. I go to the police, military police, I said, take me to my battalion. I said, good luck. Find you a car and go to your things. I don't have gasoline. Just do whatever you want. So it was chaos, all Iraq was chaos. Anyway, and then after that, the George Bush pushed Saddam to release military. So Iraqi military, when they hear Saddam on the radio, says, we're going to release military on a schedule. And I was driving, in a bus, going to Nineveh to get back to my battalion. All soldiers that were shooting in the air celebrated. They had fun. Yay, we're going to release our military, because if you get in the military, you stay forever. 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, never end the service. So people like us in Iraq, they don't love war. There's no such a thing, whatever the media says. People in America also, a lot of them, they don't like war. It's like anywhere, human, like you and I, it's like same. So whatever they show above, they do those things, and the media says their deals, but we are in the middle. So people like me, I don't like shooting anybody. I don't like to go hit or neighbors or whatever, but they are, a force by gun. You gotta do what you gotta do. So anyway, make the story short. Moved on my life, finished the service, got out. One general, he said, look, you're Christian. You need, soon when I sign your release, leave Iraq. Don't come back again. Never come back. Go live your life. You're a musician. You don't need to stay here. These people don't understand you. You're an artist. I said, thank you, sir. Left, went, and then Dad said, yay, good. And we used to play for Saddam for many, many years. TV, glorify him, whatever war it goes with Iran, every time they get victory, we go play music for that moment. Iraqi military got victory, whatever. And and then after the military, I became a professor at Fine Art Institute. 2 years and a half. Started teaching there music, violin, harmony, composition, all that kind of stuff. I had over 400, 500 students, different classes. It was busy. I was so busy recording music all the time. Anyway, and then one day my sister said, are we going to stay here? I said, what do you mean? She said, are we going to stay in Iraq? What's our future? What are we doing here? They don't look at us as very important people. We are a minority here. And we are the one who started that. The main people who started that country is a Christian, Syriac church. That's how it started. Iraq has a lot of civilizations there. Nineveh, Assyria, Babylon, Ur, Abraham, born there in the south of Iraq, Nasiriyah, which is Ur, a lot of Ezra buried there, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego were there, a lot. Matthew buried there in the north. It's a lot of stories. And if you see the Bible, it started with Iraq, ended with Iraq. Do you know that? Eden, between Tigris and Euphrates, and Genesis, and then Revelation, chapter 18. Revelation chapter 18. Talk about Babylon one time. It's gonna shut down and fall down. And then that's the book started, ended there. So it's amazing when you see, it started with Iraq, ended with Iraq in the Bible. Maybe you didn't pay attention to that, so you might to look at it. So anyway, so my sister said, we need to leave. we left. We struggled. She left, went to Australia after when we went to Jordan, and then she got married, and then I stayed there. After 2 years and a half, police caught me and they said, you can't stay here more than 9 months, and you are 2 years and a half, that's not right. Took me to the jail again, and then said, pick any country because you're not gonna want to go back to Iraq. We know you don't like Saddam, for sure. You don't want to go back. I said, yes, please. So I went to Yemen. Yemen, south of Saudi Arabia. They had a lot of Jews there, Yemeni Jews, and then we saw a couple historic churches there as well. They live in Jesus' time, actually. It is a very, very different life. Lived there for 6 years, and then first year I went to a missionary group. God led me through my cousin. He was his third, fourth cousin, I think, not the first cousin. And to the Bible study, I went to the fellowship with them. It was an international fellowship. And then we got the threat, by the time we got threatened from Osama bin Laden. You know who's that guy. We got threatened our church there to be destroyed or to bomb us. So we split to houses. After 3 years, I was praying, and to God I said, Lord, I don't want to stay single. I want a lady from you, but to come through you, and I stayed with her the rest of my life. So while I was praying, I talked to some friend of mine from Scotland. His name is John. I think he's dead now. So anyway, I said, how did you meet your wife? And he said, well, I fasted 3 days, and then according to the Old Testament, and then God showed me my wife. I said, really? That's easy. Why not? Oh, man, I didn't know that. So in Scotland, he was walking on Sunday morning at the church, and he saw a short lady. He's very tall. I can't reach her. Seriously, he's tall. And she's like this high. So he made fun of her. She's even better made fun of him. Right, so and then he told her about what he saw in the dream. And they got together, and then they were 20 years in Yemen, sharing gospel in Yemen. Very great and very nice people. Very nice people. So I did the same. I fasted 3 days. I saw my wife. And I saw her where I was teaching in the school, American school. I used to teach in American school in Yemen for 5 years. It's an international school. It's belonging to also the embassy there, semi-international school. And then God showed me I remember this woman. I saw her from right side. And then for a while, so I just took it as it is, you know. Didn't think about it much. Well, who's that person? I have no idea. And I go to the meeting, the church, and I saw her in front of me. And I looked up and I said, you got to be kidding me. So I'm shaking, I'm afraid, because it was very difficult at that time. It was a war between America and Iraq. And to come to this American lady, and I'm in Iraqi now, it's just scared to death. So she's going to say, he's a terrorist. So, anyway, but she didn't look at me like that at all. So, wow. And then, so we got to talk. I invited her for coffee, and here we go. We are 20 years married. And we live in Kansas City. She grew up in Kansas City. She's half German, half Swedish. And part of me from Israel, but I don't know where I'm from again. I just said I belong to the kingdom of God. Anyway, so I'll go back to how I met Saddam. First, they picked all the professors from the fine arts. They said, you must come and play. for his birthday. So I was freaking out at that moment. I'm gonna play for Salon. Oh no. So I practiced with my group, my friends, for about maybe a week. We were repeating over and over songs, like 24 songs. And then after a week, they took us to the it's called Babel Hotel, and then they locked the door on us, and they have their own team. We're not allowed to smoke or drink. And it has to be 2 people in the room, each room. You're not allowed to meet with others during the rest time. You come down at 8 o'clock, eat your breakfast, go practice until 1 o'clock, take your lunch, come back to practice, 4 o'clock, done, go back to sleep, don't talk with anybody. It was a jail for us, for a week, another week. So I got tired and I invited my friend. I said, hey guys, nobody knows where we are meeting. Come over, let's play some cards and make jokes and how you doing and shit. So they came with me, and then the guards came right away. And everybody, and then they yelled at us. I said, everybody get back to your room. Nobody come here. It has to be 2 people in each room. And we have our names on the door. And I said to my teacher who was with me also, who taught me violin, he was with me in the other bed, and I said, there's a speaker somewhere. So I was down and I said, don't say anything. He said, so anyway, so it passed, and after a week, we went sit down. We left the building, they checked us, they gave us suit to wear, whatever, and then when they checked in everybody. So one of the things my mom did, like a tissue, has a initial name on it. So she said, keep this with you. You know, the heart of mother, son, don't do anything bad. Keep this with you to remind you. I was, okay, mom, so I left it there. And the guy in the guard, checkpoint, he was checking everything. You don't have to have anything on your suit. So he threw it away. I wasn't thinking, I just went to get the tissue, and he said, what are you doing? He slapped my face. And I stood like this, and nobody can say anything. So, fine, no problem. I get back to my line, get to the bus, went to the place where it's a kind of clock, like a huge clock. It's all gold, made during the war of Iran. A lot of women, they gave their gold just to make this happen. And then he came, and we saw him. We took a picture with him. He didn't care about the gold. It's just he showed all the show. You know, on TV, he shows like he cares or something. No. But he established really good, order in Iraq, but nobody can open their mouth because we're scared from each other. We can't say anything bad about that. Anyway, so this all happened. I played for others as well. It's a long story. If you need me after, I can tell. I can fill a book like this. So I don't want to say it all today, because I played for other ministers. I played for King Hussein, King of Jordan, and his wife Noah. I played for Princess of Spain. And who's else? Ali Abdel-Saleh, who was the president of Yemen too. So that's with diplomat people, presidents. Like my journey with God is different. It started with 3 dreams. That's the first thing. First day, I saw Jesus on the cloud. He said, come to me. I woke up in the morning, and I said to Dad, I saw Jesus on the cloud. I said, come. Oh, son, maybe you're going to die. My mom said, stop it. He wants you to go. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He wants you to go teach at church. I said, oh, okay. went to teach, and then for a while, and I stopped. And then after that, I saw Jesus again. Now, how I saw him? I was in a mosque. It was all black, and it was a door like that, here on the right side. And I was standing here, everything dark, and I saw a statue of Mary holding Jesus. A couple of monks walking in with candles, light candles, and the whole mosque turned light. That's my word in the middle of Muslim nation. It's like a light. That's what I understood later, after when I read the Bible. And then after that, when I went to Yemen, I was trying to reach out Muslims for the Christ, and I still do it until now. Sometimes they don't know if I'm a Jew or Arab or what. I'm a missionary, sharing the gospel with everybody. I'm not afraid to share the love of Christ, because He's loving Father. So anyway, I went to share the gospel with somebody who's Muslim. He used to make oud. He died. We became best friends. And he used to attend Sufi mystics, Muslims. And then, so I gave him a Bible. I said, listen, I'm going to give you a Bible. You give me the Quran. I will ask you questions. And then you ask me questions about my God. I'll ask you a question about your God. Okay? Because we have to study. Deal? He said, deal. I went to read the Quran, but I didn't have a lot of knowledge of the Bible. I just know Jesus is God. He was on the cross. Very general, not a lot of information. With a couple talking, and I started convinced that Jesus is a prophet. And they respect him. So I said, okay, I just need to study it. I'll see how this works. And then I became believed in Islam. And I became Muslim. I accepted, and I went to 3 sects for Islam: Sunni, Shia, Sufi. In a short time, from one with a study. I said, oh, this is not right. This is the right group. Oh, this is not right. This is the right group. I kept going, jumping from one to another, just to see where is God, where is the right God. That was just a study for me. I just want to know. When people ask me questions about God, I'll tell them who He is. This is where, according to the book, this is who God is. Anyway, for a while, I got struggled when I attended Sufi mystics. They made a celebration, accepting angel. It's evil. It's not angel. You receive it to your body, and then you will eat a lot of weird stuff, bulbs, lights, anything to do this act in front of people to show the power of Allah. Basically, you can check them on YouTube. Sufi. Some you cannot see it because it's hard to believe it. It's a demonic, all demonic. So anyway, I struggled with that a lot, and then until I gave up on Islam. So I came to the guy and I said, listen, this is too much for me. Can you tell me who God is? And he said, no, I cannot tell you. There are 2 angels came to me and told me, don't mess with this guy. Leave him alone. Let God deal with him. He has a plan for him. Don't tell him who's God. He's going to find out from God himself. I said, okay, what I should do? He said, look, go home and pray and ask God, who are you? Are you Jesus or somebody else? And put some olive oil in your head. So what I did? Guess what I did? I didn't put just olive oil as the Jews, they do this way, or they don't do. No, I dumped the whole thing on my body. I went all in, not a little, all in. I want to know Jesus. At night, Satan came and tried to kill me, attack me here. This was a great moment in my life. And I saw a circle, Satan, star, has Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Asa, which is, they mean Jesus. And then my soul came off from my body. And I'm screaming, nobody can hear me in the other room. They're all snoring and sleeping, just like, I said, oh, never mind. And then the star came out, and then came back again, changed the name, order, and then my soul went up higher, and I can see my body. I'm dead, 95% up outside. That's mine. And then in the end, God sent the picture of Da Vinci. You know, he's in the middle. It's all black. But if he came by himself, I would be burned. I don't know. But he sent this picture to let me know, this is me. I am. And I said, this is my God. And my soul went down right away. Jesus is my God. Next day, maybe I went to my boss and I said, I want to baptize. He said, are you sure? I said, yeah, oh yeah, there's no go back. So I got baptized again, and then since then I've shared gospel with a lot of Muslims. A friend of mine, you know, with a loving, no cursing, no hurt, and then I said, it was just discussion, and I'm still doing it until now. With a friend, very friendly atmosphere, and then I said, if you have a question, and about the Quran, how Jesus is God, I can show you in the Quran. It says, which has been, like they took it from the Bible, basically. Jesus is going to judge the world. Jesus is the sinless. Jesus, the same story as Gabriel came to Mary, the same in the Quran. Except the story of Abraham with Isaac is Abraham with Ishmael in Quran. So it's different stories, and that's the council. And half of the Quran, one side he's saying that Jesus is God, and the other side is saying he's just a prophet. So it's a lot of peace upon him the day he was born. There's a verse that says about Jesus, the peace upon him the day he's born, and he died and resurrected. And he's the only living God. And their doesn't share creation with anybody, with any prophet. And Quran says, Allah, which is God, share the creation with Jesus only. That Jesus, he creates. So it's a lot of contradictory things. So anyway, if you need something about, I do classes, how to reach out, Muslims here in Kansas City. And I did it a couple of times. How to do it, to have the knowledge about also ambassadors, basically. When Michael said it to me about ambassadors, I said, oh, that's the study we did in my old church. He said, no, that's different. I said, oh, okay, never mind. So anyway, it's called ambassadors also, like how to reach Muslims for Christ in Kansas City. In the end, the third one, that's after when I saved, got married, and then when I met my wife, I asked her, is your family okay to marry an Iraqi? That's my dad's person. She said, yeah. As a matter of fact, when I was in high school, God told me I'm going to marry a guy from the Middle East. I said, what? She said, God told me I'm going to marry that guy either from Egypt or, it wasn't a dream. She said, I don't remember if it's Egypt, Syria, or Iraq. I said, God has his own way to do it. And since then, during the war, America is attacking Iraq, and we are going to Lebanon, from Yemen to Lebanon, her and I. Everybody is laughing at us. Are you crazy? There's a war in Iraq. Are you married? Well, I looked at her at the airports, basically. I'm trying to say, sorry. Every airport, when I go, they laugh at us. He's an American, you're an Iraqi. How's this happen? There's a war there. I said, well, she's not Bush. I'm not Saddam. Very simple. We're a human. That's it. And so people see this differently. And then I said, we are normal people. We love each other. We have 3 kids, lovely kids. They're also musicians. I have Elias and Ezra and Dahlia. They all play violin. So anyway, and then so I came here in Kansas City, 2003, in the north area. served in Tower View Baptist Church there for 10 years, whereas her mom started that church, Cindy Hager. And then we moved. We did a lot of ministry in the city. And then I attended also in a couple of churches around here and helped in the community to reach out with those. Ladies, reach ladies, men, reach other men, and have conversation. They're human like you. If they disagree. That's their choice. You don't have to, push people. Just in a lovely way, lovely conversation about it, and then have dinner or whatever with them. This is my story. I don't want to talk a lot because I have a lot. I've tried to think which one is very important to say to you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And thank you for inviting me to come to play for you. And every time I think about it, I used to play for kings, presidents, but now I'm playing for the King of Kings. So I'm blessed to be here. I'm an American citizen, and I will never regret in my life to be an American. My old country, I love it. Iraq, I love my country, I love my friends. But now it's different people. But my family are here too. So the rest of the family is Australian also. And I have other families in France, another family in Canada, another family in all around the world. Don't get me started. But this is who I am. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes to serve my God. And if you need any help, any questions about how to reach out, please contact me, don't hesitate, and then I'll do my best for you. Thank you so much.
I want to play something for you. You never seen this before, probably. I will end it with this.
And we're just getting started.
People sleeping. I can tell. It's 8:18. So usually you see players, they do classic music, they do. Something you've never seen it before. I'm going to play 4 strings at the same time, but in a tricky way. Try to do that. I tried many ways, many times. I mean. not as a classic. I like find something that nobody did. I don't play classic things, but most would motivate me when I find something new. It's like kids like this. I can make birds sound. Yeah, he's the last time shaking his head. I can make two cats fighting. I know, I teach in 3 Christian schools. I didn't mention that from kindergarten to high school, so I'm used to this. And then I can do, what's that? Rooster. So if you live in the country, you know what I'm talking about. Donkey sound. A motorcycle. Train. Wolf. Dog. Okay, so I was doing it for for my school here, and I did one time. I have to try it again to make words, letters, Arabic letters, down, alif, ba, ta, this alphabet from different instruments and make names. So I was thinking about how to do it because I just want to do something different. So I was riding in the bus on Sunday. I heard the guys driving the bus, and I heard the gasoline sounds, the engine doing that. I said, wait a minute, this looks like my bow. I need to think something else. And then I started thinking about animals, all that stuff. Bunch of them. Thank you. And then I said, I want to do 2 cats fighting. Oh, Lord. The girl said, yeah, get away from me. And then the boy. And the dog get jealous. The kids love the donkey sound. Different than Mozart, Beethoven, Very different. And then train. And guess what he hit? Cow. The next one, I'm going to do it for you. This piece I did, my composition, tried to play flute, Arabic flute, same as David played. We call it nine, or mizmar. And I'm going to play violin and nine same time. So you're going to hear 2 sounds. How's that? That's weird, but you're going to see. And basically, this, I want you to close your eyes and think
with camels. As they come from far away towards you to the tent, and they stay, and they welcome them. They give them usually date and yogurt. That's what they usually do. And then welcome them, stay 3 days, and then they leave. So I'm going to do it quick. These 3 days I'm going to do it maybe in 1 minute. Thanks. I don't know. So you're going to hear the foots of camels, everything, and you're going to hear tourists. Last things I'm going to do, I'm going to play a piece for you, and then we'll call it tonight. It's not coming out. I'll play something else. It's not coming out. Internet.
Thank you. But somebody said more than encore. But,
I kept it for 5 hours, but I wish they had.
Yeah.
I don't know if they answered.
well, thanks to everybody for staying. Lana, is Lana here? Oh, there you go. Okay. If you feel so led, it's been the best experience in my short ambassador's tenure. But if you feel so led to give an additional contribution, see Lana. And let's see, one more announcement. Dave Grass, you want to? Okay. Let me bring them up to you. Dave Grass has got some tests he'd like to let everybody know about.
Yes, I have a special friend here, Sean Yu from China. Wait, stand up, Sean. And Sean Yu is going to be awarded a doctorate from UMKC next Saturday in music arts, specializing in piano performance. And his parents have come from China this Tuesday. Susan and I had the privilege of visiting Wei and me a couple of years ago in China. And talk about being hosted and treated, it was amazing. But I just wanted you to meet them.
Oh, duo, yeah. You can't play.
Unexpected bonus, no charge, right, Dave? No extra charge.
The pedal. You can play whatever you want. Just hold. You improvise? You can play whatever you want. I'll play that. I have a lot of sheet music with the instruments. Yeah. You just go ahead. Yeah. You just go ahead and I'll follow. I was just gonna make it up.
up here and play?
Oh, yeah. If you have questions, please feel free to.
Right.
Yeah.
He keeps looking at the clock, but we haven't had many people leave, right?
Oh, okay.
So, if you have some questions, okay. Let me get the mic to you, Karen.
This is really basic, but I wanted to know when you learned English and what brought you to CCC.
How I learned English, you say? Oh, I didn't know how I did that. Yeah, when I started, there was a kid, they used to, in the Catholic Church, they teach us English. And our school belonged to the British government before Saddam came. And then we learned a little bit, and then after that, nothing. After Saddam became the president. And then when I went to Yemen, I studied English through church, listening to pastors all the time, and listening to musicians. They have a sensitive ear, listening to the sound and the words, kept going with it. And then I went to a couple of institutes, and then I came here to America. I went to the Metropolitan College for about a year to study English there. And I kept going with it. And then that's how I was. English as a second language. And then I had a heart to reach out to others, and we started ministry, ESL, English as a second language. We ministered that in the north. The church here, we came with the ACPT. I know Brent Copeland, I don't know how many years, over 10 years. I know, since when he was a teenager, actually. And I used to play at a different church. And then he became a worship leader, and then I got involved with him. And we used to, he heard me playing a couple of places. I did a solo with Liberty Symphony, 4 seasons. I have it on YouTube as well, summer concerto. And he said, why don't you, before that, can you come and play with us? So I used to go with him and play a lot of services. And I got involved, and then they started sending me a lot of churches, and then started coming here. He's on the Any questions? Yes, sir.
What was the favorite thing that you learned to play?
My favorite thing on the plane? Okay, ask Becky to come to play piano with me, some Christian music. Do you want to come? You can go.
While she's making her way up here, I have a question.
There's a song I like to play, this like Irish style. Jesus is the center, it's called. How's that?
It's in the D. It's going to be okay. Jesus will accept it. You pick. Play whatever you want.
You want me to pick something? Oh. Stevie, can you bring me my glasses?
I like to play anything. Christian music, I love it.
How about Amazing Grace?
Amazing Grace. Yeah, that's fine.
Key of G.
Can we check A?
That's a different world. Let me play something in the Middle East. We have a quarter tone. Quarter tones is very different than here. So it's not country, it's not bluegrass, it's not jazz. Very different. Maybe you heard Arabian Night, you know, style. But that's where there's another kind of style. We have 640 scales. I'm not going to play them all. You need to go home and sleep. Thank you so much for coming. I don't want to keep you long. Thank you for your support. God bless you all for inviting me. And let me pray for you in Arabic. أيها الأب السماوي شكرا لك يا رب يا يسوع. أسألك يا رب أن تبارك هذه الكنيسة وتجعلها نور لك في مدينة كنساس سيتي. يا رب أشكرك من أجل الحاضرين جميعا أنهم أيدوك وأيدوني بروحك القدوس. Lord, thank you so much for this church. We ask you to shine upon this church and bless all the families who are attending this church. Help them to shine in Kansas City. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for your support through them, Lord. We ask you to bless us all. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you all for coming. And those visitors that are here, we welcome you back anytime.